Hello everyone, my name is Debashish and I welcome you all to this video. So in this video we're going to learn how can we use Winappdbg to handle different exception that occurs within any process. So when is it helpful? So whenever you are doing any bug hunting and you are doing you are fuzzing some Windows application, so these techniques can be you can use to monitor your target application for exception, or you can say crashes. So let's get started. So if you have watched my last video, you are already quite familiar with this script. So this particular section we don't need in this exam exercise, so we'll remove it. And this is also we don't need. Okay, we'll just keep this part. My event handler should be good enough. And so in this last example, we are looking for load DLL debug event, but for exception handling, we have to look for some different event code. So from where do we get that code? Okay, so for that, you can go to this Microsoft MSDN article, and as you can see, this is a debug event structure, and we are interested in this particular value, which is DW debug event code. So if you go here, you should be able to see different debug event code. So for example, if you want to monitor any application for crash or exception, you have to look for exception debug event. So what you can do here, you have to modify this code in such a way that win32.exception code. So then you can print exception exception occurred and handled. So in the last example, we were actually using notepad.exe, but since we have to reproduce some, we have to intentionally trigger some exception. In this example, we'll be using this particular app, which is CrashMe. So CrashMe is actually it actually it help you reproduce a different type of crash. We need the full path of this, so we'll just copy crashme.exe. We'll put it here, and let's see if our POC code is able to launch this CrashMe application or not. Okay, so Python, okay, API hook .py. Okay, I'll have to remove that old instance. So as you can see, this is running, and the Python has launched crashme.exe. So let's trigger some exception or crash. So let's see if we can do. uh, I think access test variable should be fine, but what all crash is there? Division by null should be adequate. So as you can see, we have seen several exceptions, and these are being handled. So whenever actually you are fuzzing any application, you are feeding you are feeding random data to any application, you have to handle such exception or crash in this manner. So you need an event handler. Under that, you have to look for exception debug event. So if you see that, if you encounter that debug event, which means something went wrong, and you should definitely that time save the input file, and for you can later use that input file to reproduce the crashes. So we are going to see in our later videos how can you simply craft a basic fuzzer using WinAppDbg. So okay, so now if you want to get some more information about the crash, so what you have to do here, or you have to I will just simply copy paste it from here. So what we are doing here actually, there is a class which is part of WinAppdbg, which is crash. So we are creating a crash object, and we are actually after the event has occurred, we are fetching some extra data about that event, and we are generating a full report about that crash, about that event. So if you just print it details here, so now if you reproduce the crash, you can see it has already, it has triggered some of the exceptions, so that is why it has printed something. So again, if you just, you do division by null, you can see it has printed, the details about the crash. So since it was division by null, if you how do you figure that out? Okay. So these are all the loaded modules, and these are the, register states. EBP was pointing to this, EDI was pointing to this. This is stack trace. Stack trace, actually, if you don't have symbol configured, you are going to get uh, you know uh, broken stack trace, so that you have to modify later. I mean, you have to configure a symbol. And this is the stack dump. So this is how you get additional information about the crash. So this is also very useful when you are fuzzing any Windows application. So in the later videos, we are going to see how can you, write a very simple mutation based fuzzer for your Windows application. We are going to see that later on. So this is enough for this video. That's what I wanted to discuss with you guys in this video. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. By the way, if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would recommend, please, subscribe to this channel, so that you get, whenever I upload new content, you get notification. Okay. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.